Hey there, everyone. So good to see everybody. I am here today with my amazing friend, client, business bestie, masterminding genius, Nikki Rausch. Welcome, Nikki.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
It's
you're
an honor.
welcome. You're welcome. You are like the word sales maven is perfect for you because you are so gifted in this area. And I have learned so much from you over the past few years that we have been connected. So I'm incredibly grateful. And as always, I love to share the people in my life that have helped me because I think we're all here to help each other in this crazy world of entrepreneurship.
I
So,
agree.
why don't you tell us a little bit about you and the Sales Maven Society?
Well, I'm a sales coach and trainer and speaker and podcaster. And I really specialize in the sales conversation, not only what you say, but how you say it to move clients into action. I teach a process called the selling staircase, which is how to move a client from step to step to step. And I have a membership group called the Sales Maven Society, which you are a part of. We love having you in there.
Mhm.
And this is an opportunity for people to get direct access to me as well as access to my training content on sales to really hone your selling skills. Because I find that most people who are really good at what they do and super passionate often struggle with the sales conversation. They're not sure what to say. They fumble things. They miss cues from people. And all of that kind of breaks down the rapport between yourself and a prospect or yourself and a client. So I just teach how to have more impactful conversations and how to have more influence.
Yeah, I can't stress how effective your techniques are to everybody who's watching. Uh, like for example, I don't know, there was a couple months ago where I was on one of your master classes and while we were on, I actually took the thing that you were teaching and I think it was like an email kind of thing, follow-up
Mhm.
email. That's what it was, like
Yep.
a circle back kind of email. And I actually sent it to a client that had kind of been, or a potential client that had kind of been ghosting me a little bit. And they responded while we were on the call and I closed them while I was on the call with you and all the people.
Yeah.
So it was like instant. I was like, I just made a
I
sale.
love it. I love that. Implementers get results, is what I always say. So, the stuff that I teach is simple, it's easy to implement. And when you do implement it, you do see results. And you are such a shining example. You are like an implementer gets results like on steroids because you're such a great implementer. And I know we have a podcast episode coming up pretty soon where we'll be talking about your own success stories of
Yeah.
the things that you have implemented and how they've worked for you. So I love that about you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So I know you have an incredible new masterclass coming, and I want to tell people about that. So I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But I really wanted to share um, some like common kind of struggles that people have in the sales process, right? I'm a business coach as well as owning an accounting firm, and sales is always an area that I find people they struggle with.
Mhm.
And I know there's a lot of mindset issues. You are trained in NLP, so like that I've learned from you that there's, you know, just certain words not to use that I was using that kind of repel people.
Right.
Um, and so, so can I ask you a couple questions and you can
I
share
love
some?
questions. You can ask me
Yay.
anything.
Okay, good. So, what are the biggest challenges when people are overcoming objections in a sales and enrollment conversation?
One of the biggest challenges in the objection conversation is that oftentimes people don't know how to the client, the prospect, often doesn't know how to vocalize what their real objection is. And because people get nervous, the person who's in the position of selling gets a little nervous in that part of the objection conversation. They don't actually know how to uncover the objection. And until you uncover the objection, there's no way to overcome it. So having some skill set around uncovering that objection, and then having some technique and some language to way that you offer out a possible solution, and then follow up with the invitation to move to the next step, is really the process for overcoming objections. And until you understand how to do it, and that you do it with ease, oftentimes somebody will walk away feeling unsatisfied with their interaction with you, because you didn't really ever get to the heart of the matter. And because you didn't get to the heart of the matter, you could never really offer them a real solution to their problem.
Right, right. Yeah, I think that's such a good point, right? Sometimes I find uh, we insert our own objections into the conversation, right? And it's like, no, 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 like, don't do that. Like, let's uncover them, like you said, and
Yeah.
let's kind of explore that. So, thank you.
It's funny that you said that, because that is actually, I have a whole section in this upcoming masterclass around the difference in the way that you phrase things back to the client. And I have all these examples that I have pulled of, like, here's a possible objection. Here's often what people say when they hear this objection that actually diminishes the opportunity for someone to say, yes, that's the real objection, or no. And so then I teach what to do, like how to phrase it differently, so it lands softly. I'm all about
Mm.
how can you use language so it lands soft, the other person feels really good about it, and they'll be more revealing because they'll feel more comfortable with you in the
Totally.
conversation.
Yeah, totally. I've been on like conversations where people are trying to enroll me in something and it's quite confrontational,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, okay, now I don't really like you,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like, and I don't want to do business with you,
Mm-mm.
right? Like, I don't want to be called out in an
No.
aggressive manner that, somehow I have this, like, I don't know, crazy limiting belief or, like I know what my limiting beliefs are. I don't
Yeah.
need anybody to tell me. Um, right. So, okay, awesome. All right. Let's see. Number two, can you share with us one of the biggest challenges in the sales process that people have?
Usually one of the biggest challenges is that we have some habits, some language habits in our society, the way that we communicate with people, and we speak at a very surface level. It's we tend to overgeneralize things, and so
Mm,
in the sales process, not only do we do it, which is doesn't really like get to the heart of the matter with the client, but our client or our prospect will tend to generalize. And if you don't know how to pick up those cues when somebody is speaking in really general terms and help them get more specific, again, it's like you didn't ever really get to the heart of the matter. And you really can't earn somebody's business until you have. So, again, one of the things I work a lot on is language. How do you help your client be more specific, or prospect be more specific in their communication, and do it in a way that keeps rapport,
right.
intact, so you're not making them feel defensive at all, but that you're really kind of always kind of honing down, like digging a little deeper to get to like the what is the thing that's going to help you earn the business, and then also learning how to speak in more specific terms when you're delivering back your proposal. And again, until you can do these things and do them efficiently in a conversation and replicate it over and over again, you often will miss out on working with some of your ideal clients because you just didn't quite ever get to the heart of the matter with them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I was just looking at the comments here. Marlo is on watching and she says, I love earn their business. And that was something that I picked up from you in the early days of getting to know you. Um, and I've used that. I use it all the time, like almost on a daily basis when I'm talking to people.
Mhm.
Um, when I've used because I believe that it's our job to earn their business. So I'll use it with leads and prospects, right?
Mhm.
Like, we look forward to earning your business. I even use it when I'm saying goodbye to a client, right? I hope one day we can earn your business back.
Yeah.
Right. Because unless people are leaving in a crazy way, and usually they don't leave us in a crazy way, it's some kind of circumstance. But
Yeah.
I do want to earn their business back.
Yeah,
Right.
and you actually can even ask people, like, I love that you get that because it's so important into what I teach, but sometimes people are like, "I don't know how to get somebody's business." Well, have you ever asked them, "What is
Yeah.
one way I could earn your business?" People love to answer that question.
Right. I did do that. With a client recently. I was like, she was hesitant, and she was like, I don't know, I've never worked with a virtual company like this. Like, finances seems like an important aspect of the business, and I don't know where you are. I've never met you.
Yeah.
And um and I was like, well, how could we earn your business? What could we do to show you that we're here, right? We're here
Yeah.
to support you, and we're here to earn your business. We're not just about taking your money. We're really here to earn your business. And that was the thing that, like she said afterwards, that was the question that I was like, oh, you're the real deal,
Yes.
right? Like, you actually care about me.
Yes. None of us wanna walk around, like, feeling like we're just big dollar signs to everybody who's trying to get money from us, right? Like, that's so
Right?
uncomfortable when we get treated that way. So when somebody
Yeah.
actually shows up in a conversation and knows how to lay things out, knows how to ask a question in a way that makes it really easy for you to see, like you said, this is the real deal. This is somebody who I feel is gonna care for me. They have my best interest at heart, and I'm much more likely to part with my hard-earned dollars when that's the case.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Awesome. So, what is one way that I, as a person enrolling somebody into my services, can move clients into action? Because I think so often people have this struggle in making decisions, right?
Mhm.
Like, they just can't seem to, like, pull the trigger on this, whatever it is you're pitching to them. And I find that sometimes difficult. Like I want that sales and enrollment process to be clean and like concise. Like, okay, are you ready? Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
when it drags on, it's like, what do we need to do here? People, what's one thing that they can do to move people into action?
Well, one thing is around the language and how you pose the question to the person. So, um, it's learning how to get the questions out of your mouth to help people make decisions. Because, like you said, for some of us, it can be very hard to make a decision to pull that trigger. And frankly, like, just being really candid, most of us have decision fatigue because we get bombarded with so many decisions all day long that we have to make, that when we are in a conversation with somebody who isn't making it easy for us to make a decision, we often won't. And so, one of the things that you can do, and this again is something that I'm going to focus heavily on in the masterclass, is this language that helps people make decisions. But just like, I'm going to give you one of the, like, this is going to be a sneak peek, is
Totally.
learning how to use what's called embedded commands. So when you pose the decision to somebody, you use a little embedded command. So I'll give you an example of an embedded command. It would be for me to say, Michelle, based on everything we've talked about, my recommendation would be, XYZ service. Is that something you're ready to move forward with right now? Right now is an embedded command. I've also posed it in a yes or no question. A lot of times in sales, people think you're not supposed to ask yes or no questions. You absolutely are supposed to ask a yes or no question when you get to the close. And then when you add a little embedded command like right now at the end, it sends a signal to somebody's brain, make a decision now.
Mm, nice.
Yeah.
That tip is worth watching the 50 minutes of this video, right?
Good.
Like, that's the gold nugget here. Oh my God. You got that, Marlo Ellis? Right now. Add your
Right
right
now.
now. I know Marlo's in the middle of a big launch for her Speak program. Um, and And so it's fantastic that, she's doing lots of discovery calls right now. So there you go. That's perfect. Awesome. So I am, as I've said to everybody, I am actually a lifetime member of the Sales Maven Society because Nikki presented this amazing deal. I'm like, dude, that's phenomenal. Bye, right? So I get all kinds of awesomeness out of that. The Sales Maven Society has been a godsend to me. So much content in there, like more content than I can consume, basically. Um,
There's limited content.
yeah. And then you also provide these amazing master classes. Like it's like a series. It's not just even a one-off, right? Like the value that I get out of the master classes is huge, like huge. So can you tell us a little bit about the Sales Scripts to Increase Influence Masterclass?
Yeah, so that's the next one coming up. It starts on October 6th. We meet for 2 hours each week for 3 weeks. So it's from 9 to 11 Pacific Standard Time. And then I do a half an hour of bonus of office hours at the end to make sure that everybody gets their questions answered and that they have an opportunity to implement. I know with the masterclass that the stuff that I teach, it helps when you practice and start to implement it into your own business during the class so that you have the opportunity to ask questions of like, I'm not quite sure how to make this work, in my situation. So I give them that. So the topic is sales scripts for increasing influence. I have found over the years that when I can lay out some ideas around language and scripts and write them out for people, it gives you a place to start to create your own scripts that work for your business. So we're going to focus heavily on 3 key areas in that masterclass. The first one being overcoming objections, because again, if you don't know how to uncover objections and you don't know how to ask conditional close questions in a way that makes it easy for somebody to be revealing and easy for them to make a decision, they often won't. And then we're going to talk about this idea of specificity. How do you use language to be more specific in your own communication to make it easy for people to take a next step? And then how do you help your clients be more specific so that you can really deliver proposals in a way that's like spot on to what they want and need? And then the last section, the third week of the class, we're going to talk about these things like embedded commands and language and how do you move people into action by using very specific key terms in your sales conversation. So that's the focus of it. And if
Oh,
that's
that's a good
interesting to
one.
somebody, we'd love to have you be a part of the class.
Yeah, I think there's a whole world of people on that follow me on like social media that could benefit from this. And like I said, I only share people who have had an incredible impact on me and in my business. And you are definitely at the top of the list, Nikki. So I am incredibly grateful for you. And I'm grateful that you took the time out of your day. I know you're very busy, to share this information. Like there's some really good gold nuggets here, people. So you better get that stuff written down. And I will put the link in the comments. So if anybody wants to sign up for Nikki's class, she's provided me with a discounted link. I am not an affiliate, so I'm not making money off of this. I'm just sharing an amazing person, but she has been kind enough to create a discount, which is 33%. And if anybody knows me, I am a little woo woo, maybe just a tad. And my numerology is I'm a 33. So how amazing is that? So
That's so
good.
perfect for
I
you.
know, right? It's so good. So thank you so much, Nikki. Is there anything you'd like to share with us at the end, like just to close this out?
Well, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to share. I loved the questions that you asked. And of course, I love to talk sales, but I also just want to also give a shout out because as many compliments as you gave me today, I can definitely give in return. You have been impactful in my life in ways that will serve me the rest of my business and also my personal life. I consider you such a close friend and I just love and appreciate you and thank you so much for doing this today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. check the comments wherever they are, side, down. I don't know where they're going to appear, but click that link, join her class. It is a phenomenal value, and I can't recommend Nikki more. Like, honestly, a genius in regards to sales. So see you guys later.